Now let's put some Adidas stripes on this Velazquez portrait. We get Velazquez! Most of you have heard about Diego Velazquez. He was a Spanish court painter, he lived in the first half of the 17th century, and his most famous work would probably be Las Meninas. He also did a number of astounding group compositions, but in this video I really want to focus on his portraiture work, or more specifically on this portrait of a man. The first thing to notice here is the simplification of the values. Look how simple yet effective the background is. On the most basic level, we have our subject in dark, which pops from the mid-value background. If we want to introduce a third value, we get the most simplified version of this painting. Dark silhouette with a light value for his face, which is supposed to be a central point of this painting, and a middle value for the background. If we want to go one step further, we could add a fourth value for his neck piece. It will serve to even more accentuate the head and create a rhythm along with the head and the silhouette, where these three different shapes of different value and size propose movement. These types of shape patterns, which help eye movement, are a common device in a painting and design. If we have, for example, two rectangles, or in this case, squares of the same size, standing side by side, we get a boring static image. If we, however, change the proportions so that one of these is much longer, we would start to get movement. Now let's add different values to these squares. We start to see movement now. This time it's not due to proportions but purely through value difference. Now we start to realize that there are multiple tools which help generate eye movement and which make the composition more dynamic. Now let's put these things to a test on this Velazquez portrait. Like we said at the beginning of the video, we have a dark silhouette standing on a mid-value background. If we simplify everything down to squares, we should be able to see some of the things we talked about a moment ago. We have a proportion as well as value movement. Proportion movement because we have three shapes of different sizes, and value movement because all values are quite different. All this helps create a better read of the composition. Notice how here on the left we have a big jump from the bottom of the picture, value 1, to the neck piece, value 2, which then sits right next to the face, value 3, which was the ultimate destination for the eye. If there is anything that I want you to get from this video, it's that different proportions and different values both help create eye movement in a composition. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you find this useful. See you in the next video.